Welcome back to New England Living. Up next, Executive Chef Tyler Stout shows us how to cook up a simple and elegant dish that's sure to impress. We're here at the Clark Sub-Zero and Wolf showroom, and I am joined by Chef Tyler Stout. Thanks so much for being here.
Thank you for having me.
Yeah, we're excited about this. So you have some lamb in front of us. What made you choose this dish?
It's simple, it's elegant, but it's very, very easy and similar to beef.
You've promised to dumb it down for us, so what is the first step?
Season it with salt and pepper. I know it seems like a lot, but it's really not. A lot of it does come off in the pan, and it's just necessary for the seasoning to penetrate. We're gonna wait for our pan to heat up. We're gonna put just a little bit of canola oil, our vegetable oil. Shake around the oil so it's coated completely. I like to move it around the pan, therefore it kind of cooks evenly. We want that skin to be nice and golden brown, then we'll transfer it into the oven.
And lamb may be something that people are a little wary of
Sure.
attempting at home. So what are some tips and tricks you have for us to kind of put their mind at ease?
It cooks very, very similar to beef. The touch on it could be a little different depending on what cut of beef you would normally use. So in lamb, there tends to be less fat, intramuscular fat. Therefore, a medium rare with lamb is going to feel a little more tight, a little more tough at the touch than beef would.
And how long in total does this dish take to make?
The total time, I would say, is about 20-ish minutes. You have your lamb already butchered, then definitely 25 tops. I'd say 15-minute cook, 8 to 10 minutes after it cooks to rest. But during that time, we'll have our broccolini warmed up, ready to go. The sauce will be warmed up. So as soon as this is done resting, everything will be ready and we'll just plate and enjoy.
So you could have a really nice dish at home in 30 minutes and just really impress some of your guests.
Oh, absolutely.
I noticed that you are moving it around quite a bit. What are you looking out for while it's in the pan?
So I want this to cook about 40 to 60% on the fat cap side down. So once it starts to get a little less raw up top, we'll know it's all set to go into the oven. I'm going to flip it over. Finish it in the oven for about 5-6 minutes. It all depends on the size of lamb you have.
If you had to tell us one thing when we're looking for lamb not to do, what would it be?
If you're looking for something to sear, I would look for something bright in color, as in very red. You don't want to see any discoloration or any grayness. If looking for a lamb loin or a lamb rack, that's the direction I would go in.
So tell me a little bit about your journey. How did you become a chef?
Growing up with my grandparents, their farm, helping my mother and everybody else in my family cook growing up, helping prep, actually cooking, all that. I did that from a young age, and I definitely knew in high school what I wanted to do for the rest of my life, and I'm happy that I'm doing it.
And you've kind of followed that passion to different cities, now bringing you to Boston. But what drives you as a chef?
For me, 52 seasons a year is, I would say, my philosophy. In the spring and the summer, those weeks are so crucial. Asparagus may be coming in this week, morels are coming in this week. It's always a new week, it's a new season. So because of that, we operate that way. We try to get everything at the peak of their availability, and we base our creativity upon that. And I think that should be how most chefs operate.
What defines you as a chef?
With me, I think balance is everything. Sugar or sweet, salty, fatty, all that needs to be implemented in the plate one way or another, and it has to make sense. It can't be too much of one or the other.
Tyler, it's smelling pretty good in here. I'm guessing this is almost ready?
Yes, it's been that time. We're gonna take out the lamb now, start the resting process.
Oh, wow, look at that. I wish you could smell this. And how long will it rest for?
About 8 to 10 minutes. When the lamb's done, or any meat for that matter, it's constantly cooking after we take it out, right? So the juices are still going. We want it to relax. So by giving it that amount of time to relax, when we cut into it, the juices aren't gonna fall out everywhere, and we're not gonna have tough meat.
In the meantime, broccolini, how do we go about cooking this?
This has already been cooked, so it's just been blanched. So in order to blanch, we're just gonna get a pot of boiling water, heavy on the salt. The salt is going to preserve its color and season it a little. After it's done to your liking, for instance, this took about a minute in boiling water, we put it directly into ice water. That shocks it, stops the cooking. We're gonna start out with just a touch of oil. We're probably gonna use maybe half a teaspoon of garlic and shallot, equal parts, and sweat it out a little bit. And then we're gonna pop the broccolini in and glaze it with butter and water. That's all. We'll season it with salt and pepper, and we're ready to go.
You make it sound very simple.
Yeah, it is.
Okay, how's this lamb looking?
I think we're ready to go.
Yeah, okay.
So now we have our sauce here. It is a rosemary jus. It is essentially a reduction of lamb stock with rosemary. At home, you could just go to the grocery store, you can buy reduced demi, or you can just buy veal stock and reduce it down at home and fortify it with a sprig of rosemary, maybe some peppercorns, season it. That's essentially what we have here. We're gonna let that warm up just a little bit more. Now we'll go ahead and slice. With young lamb, I love right in between medium rare and medium. You don't want it too rare. It's gonna be a little chewy. And with younger lamb, it does need to cook a little more in order to really get the flavor. So we are all set. I'm going, make sure you try a little piece. There you are.
Alrighty, thank you so much. Wow,
Not bad?
that is absolutely divine.
Thank you very much. This broccolini, just broccolini and lamb, is probably better, you know, for the home cook at the restaurant. It's a little more technical, different techniques, different ingredients. It is relatively healthy as well.
So you took what is a fancy dish and you made it really simple for us, and you can actually try to recreate that at home by going to our website, cbsboston.com/New England Living, to find the recipe. Thanks so much.
Thank you. Thank you. It was a pleasure being here.